I'm announcing it right now.
Legally. No, but
I can do it legally.
But ahead of time without telling the person you're doing it?
I've just turned it on right now.
Okay, well, thank you very much. You can go to the legal department.
Okay.
He directed you to go to the legal department.
Yeah. And so, did you give him the message about the search warrants being served on, you know, on Augusto de Oliveira?
I don't know who I don't even know who you're talking about.
No.
I don't know who that is.
No. Okay.
Okay.
All right, thank you very much. Bye-bye. David Houghton is on his way down.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Hello.
How you doing?
Hi.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
David, this is Robert Bastille, and he's asking for the town manager, and he's taping right by the way.
Yeah,
So
I'm
I
recording.
thought maybe you'd want to
I own
address
Hyannis.
this, but he's come in and he's asked us questions. And
I'm not sure I am. Who's taping what?
he is.
Yeah, I am. I work with
on his own.
I work with the news.
Okay.
Just trying to get a story, and I'm trying to get some response on. There was a search warrant served on the gentleman that owns all the German Shepherds over there. Charlie Lewis and.
Are you taping now?
Yes, I am.
Okay, can you turn it off?
Can't. It's a public building.
Sure you can.
No,
Well,
I
Yes, you
you can't. You can't.
I definitely can. This
You
is a public building. It's
Doesn't
a public.
matter.
No, it
You
doesn't
can't tape
matter.
Yes, no. I know the laws on this, but I am taping on it.
Well,
yeah.
I'm not going to address it. Need to
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay, so we're gonna. This is the official thing here. We're not gonna talk about it because I called
you're-
earlier.
Do you have credentials?
Thank you.
Are you with a news
Yes, I
organization?
do. I
What
do.
could I?
Thank you very much. You can
Okay.
now leave. Thank you. Thank you. We're asking him to leave because there's nothing you can do at this time.
Why is that? Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
No, I'm just saying, please.
Yeah.
I've just asked him to.
Yeah, because
was just-
what I'm
Are you
trying
still
to.
taping?
Yes, I am.
I'm not gonna-
I'm trying to get response. Are you with the legal department?
If you have to.
Please don't touch me.
If you have to.
You just touched me. Yeah, you did.
If you have to, you can call the police.
Yeah, you can. You can call them. Yeah, because what are you with the legal department, sir? You know, because what I'm trying to find out is why there was a search warrant served by the town of Barnstable on a man regarding his dogs.
If you want to show me some proper credentials.
Yeah. There you go.
Oh, hey, that's a business card. That's not.
That's credentials.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with the Constitution? There are no such things as legal credentials.
Thank you very much for your time.
The legal department down, and the legal department came down and said, "Do you have credentials?" And I go, "Yeah, I have credentials. You know, I got my card here and stuff like that. This is what I do." And he says, "No, you're not credentialed." I go, "So says you, but the Constitution says I am credentialed." And I just wanted to ask a question: What's Barnstable's position on serving a search, having Charlie Lewis jump a fence over there in Betty Ponds Road and go into a private citizen's house? You know, what's their position on that? And I want to hear the town's position first. You know, and I think that was reasonable. And I wasn't you know, the girls in the office have a little bit of an authority thing going on there, so that, you know, they were basically like, we don't have to talk to you, that sort of thing. I said, well, you don't have to.
No, they don't have to.
Right. You don't have to. So they called you guys because, and I was just standing there and no one was coming out, so I left. If I get trespassed over this, though, I'll tell you right now, there's going to be a big problem over it, because I was going into town hall to ask a legitimate question to the town manager. And I was polite about it, and I called in advance. You know, what have we become here, you know? What have we become? You know, we're a nation of laws here, right? And we're supposed to be protecting everybody in the town. And you know, we've got drug dealers in this town, we've got people, we've got illegal immigrants, and we're going over the fence because a guy has one too many dogs. We're going into his house. Really? I want to see the boss. I want to hear the natural resources, Charlie Lewis, everybody's, why did we have to do this? Why did we have to get a judge to raid his house right now and go in there and go through his drawers and everything like that?
Well,
I know.
I don't know the situation there.
Right,
I
right.
don't know what the case is about. I know the person you're talking about.
Right.
I see him walking his dog.
Everybody loves him.
I know.
So there's like a see. This is why I want to get both sides of the story, because I actually was talking to one of his neighbors, right, who's a very powerful person in this town. And he said that he was capturing neighborhood cats and killing them and feeding them to his dogs.
Well, I don't know.
You know, that kind of crap.
Yeah,
And so you know how my back kind of goes up when you get people kind of like selectively policing and Okay. What's your name?
Augusto Jelliver.
Yeah. And Augusto, tell us what happened today.
Well, 6 o'clock in the morning, I was sleeping, and last thing I know, the dogs are barking. So I looked at from the window, and there was like a lot of officers outside, and they were knocking at the door. So I opened the door, and there was the animal control. You know, they said they had a warrant to come in my house and search. They didn't say what they were looking for, and they basically just searched the house, every room, and then left. So I looked in the camera, and they had jumped the gate, came into the property without, you know, letting me know or anything. And I mean, I still don't know what they want.
Yeah. Did they? When you said they searched the house, to what extent did they search the house?
They opened my drawers, looking through documents, and went in the garage, basement, you know, just literally everything.
And the officers, how many officers came inside the house?
There was 5.
5, and they were animal control officers, or?
There was 2 animal control officers, and I believe 2.
Okay. And
then there was another woman, probably from the business department.
did you speak with any of the animal control officers?
They wouldn't talk to me.
No, they wouldn't talk to you. Okay. So they weren't telling you what was going on, what was wrong, or anything like that? No. So it's still a mystery as to what happened here.
Yeah, they just took pictures of everything and left.
Okay. And so, what's your worst fears? What do you think's gonna, you know?
I mean, I don't know if they're trying to take the dogs and they just don't have a good reason for it, but they're, you know, if they're gonna come up with any lies or whatever to try to take the dogs away.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And from your understanding, so far, this isn't an animal cruelty thing or anything. This is more possibly a zoning issue. Yeah. Okay. And it was a warrant. You didn't get a call regarding this. You didn't get any notice.
No notice at all. And I mean, it was kind of, you know, too early, 6 o'clock in the morning for them to be at my door.
Right.
It was kind of a little too much.
Yeah.
I hadn't had time to let the puppies out or anything.
Right. So what are you feeling right now? Are you feeling like this? You feeling like, are you going to stay in Hyannis, or?
Well, I want to stay, but you know, they're making it difficult, and I try applying for kennel licenses, and they just refuse to even talk to me. It's not even like they don't even let me apply. They don't even, you know, tell me the ways to do it or anything.
Right.
Or
So
even if I had to find another place in Hyannis, they won't tell me where to look or anything. So just like they did here. I moved here, and I didn't know about the zoning or anything, and I called them first, asked, and they said all you have to do is once you get the house, you apply and get a kennel license. And you know, after I moved here, they told me because of the zoning I couldn't get a kennel license.
Okay. So you haven't been able to really, you feel that they haven't been that cooperative in explaining things to you?
Yeah, I mean, they pretty much made it seem like they choose personally who can get a kennel license and who can't.
So who have you dealt with in the animal control? What officers?
Mostly Charlie Lewis. He's the one that comes. The girl only came twice. It was today and once before.
Okay.
I'm not sure what her name is.
Right. Do you think it was necessary for them to come into your house today? Into your home?
I don't think it was necessary because, I mean, you know, the dogs are clearly well taken care of, and there was no proof of anything.
They're all licensed, right?
Yes.
Yeah. If you don't stay in Hyannis, what's going to happen? What are you going to do? Do you have?
Well, I do have different options that, you know, places to go and everything, but you know, it's not that easy for you to just get all your dogs and move like that overnight.
Right.
I have to make the right decision for the dogs, and you know, of course, there's people that want to watch them and all that, but it's not the same. You know, I mean, they're fine here, and so far, I'm basically just looking for the right place so that I can move. The little one is Jessica.
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 I mean, these dogs seem like they're your life.
Yeah.
Yeah, your passion. I know I've seen, I've been on your Facebook and I've seen that you got a lot of people that are amazed at what you do with the dogs.
Yeah.
You know, and I think
mean, the whole town, you know, they have seen on the news everything, and when I walk the dogs, everybody tell me they're on my side, and they want me to be able to keep the dogs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's not that like the whole town is complaining, or
Mm-hmm.
it's just really the animal control. He told me the first week I moved here, he said, I have been in this job for over 30 years and you're not going to win. I don't know what you're doing in Howard, which is where I came from, but you're not going to do the same thing here.
Right.
You know, so it just seemed like he took it really personal for some reason.
Okay.
And he even said, you open a can of worms and it's just going to keep getting worse.
Right.
And I'm going to give you as many fines as I can. He told me that same week I moved here. And since then, he has parked his car in front of my house to hear a dog barking so he could give me a fine. He has said this is not Brazil, so I can't have the dogs here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it just has been going on for 2 years now.
What was that thing that you mentioned earlier about when you're out with your dog, you have to have your papers with you at all time?
Well, the last fine he gave me, I was walking my dogs. They were licensed, and he stopped. I actually had a police officer with me that we were just walking the dogs together, and Charlie Lewis parked his van in front of my dogs and me walking. I had 6 dogs walking down the road, and he asked me for the proof of license. The dogs had the tags on them, and I said that never heard of me having to carry the paperwork on me, and he said, yes, you do, and you know, I didn't have the paperwork on me, so he gave me a $300 fine right there.
Oh. So yeah, I wasn't aware of that myself, but so that's something I think.
That was a little while ago, and I went to court and I won.
You won?
Yeah.
Okay. But geez, you know, it's I don't think a lot of people know that that you have to carry not just the dog license on the collar.
There's nowhere online or anything in the laws, you know, saying that you have to carry the license on you.
Well, I skimmed the laws, and there's a vague line there that says that you have to be able to prove it, but there's a
tag. They have to have, you know, if they're walking there. But I mean, if they want it, they can look in the town and they can tell the dog the license.
Right.
And there's no need to give someone a $300 fine because they don't have the tags. The dogs lose the tags all the time.
How many times have you been fined for that?
I have been fined for license probably 6 times, but then there were other fines for barking complaints that came directly from the animal control. Because he would park in front of my house and say, he can hear the dogs from the street, he can give me a fine. And I actually went to the police and got the reports from 2 years, and there was no complaints from the neighbors for the first 2 years.
Well, that's my next question. Why do you think this is all happening? Is, you know,
Since the Cape Cod times, that made it seem like I had 27 dogs.
Yeah.
And the way they put it, since then, a couple of the neighbors started complaining, and you know, everything just started happening after that.
Right.
It was the month of June that the neighbors complained.
How many dogs do you have now? Adult dogs?
I have 10.
10 adult dogs. And how many puppies are there?
There's 7 little ones, and there's a few older puppies.
For a kennel license?
Well, the last time I took a friend with me, Kendall, and we went to town hall to try to see what I need to do to be able to apply for a kennel license. And as soon as we walked in, this woman from the business department, I think her name is Robin something, she got up and she was going to every department there and telling them that who I was and not to talk to me, not to give me a kennel license. So by the time I got to talk to people, they were already against me, you know, like for no reason. And I asked her, she came up to me and she said what I want, and I said I wanted to apply for a kennel license, and she said that I could, and then I asked why. She said, well, we already talked about it, and we have never talked about it. All she always said is that I can't apply, you know.
Why can't you apply for a kennel license?
They won't even tell me. They just say I can't apply. It's not gonna happen. I can't get a kennel license. you know, it shouldn't be that difficult. It should be, there's rules. I can do whatever I need to do. If it's fencing, whatever it is, I can get that done and get a kennel license. But that's not the case. They just want to pretty much make it impossible that no matter what I do, I can't get a kennel license. And that's what I don't understand, you know.
So, did you have any proof of that conversation or anything like that? It was in...
I have, my friend might have something. We talked to the town manager.
Yeah.
We talked to a few different people there for a long time.
Yeah.
And he actually went over all the laws and everything because, but when it got to the people that we need to talk to, like health department, and they just wouldn't talk to us.
So how do you think this is going to be resolved, Augusto?
I mean, I don't know at this point. I have my lawyers working on it, and you know, just investigating to see what we can do. Just kind of have to wait and see.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to tell me your side of the story. It would just in closing, if you had to give advice to dog owners in the town of Barnstable, what would you, after all this that you've been going through, what would you tell them?
As far as what?
As far as like raising dogs in the town of Barnstable.
It's difficult. I mean, even people that have 1 or 2 dogs, I have heard of many people complaining about the animal control,
right.
You know, going to that dog. It's just not me. It's really everybody. It's just I happen to have more dogs than most people in the town. But everybody I talk to that have dogs, they have had the same problem.
Right.
The whole town knows them.
You know, having dogs is a lot of responsibility, though. You agree with that, right? Yeah. You have to. I mean, to be a dog owner.
Yeah, my life. I'm a dog trainer. They come with me to work. I live.
Yep.
They live in the house with me, so that kind of allows me to have more dogs because I have more time to spend with them, and you know, they're all I do pretty much.
Right. But dog owners have to be responsible for their dogs, keeping them under control, like you do. Yeah, that sort of thing. I've seen you.
That's what I try to explain to them. It's not that my dogs are sitting in kennels barking all day.
Right.
You know, they live in the house, and when people come here, they always tell me their dogs, they bark, but all my dogs together bark less than, you know, most people that have 1 or 2 dogs.
Right.
So it's not that like because I have more makes.
I'm gonna get a picture of this little thing over here. I'll be editing this a little bit. I like that. Can you just tell us your full name?
Mindy Canoyer.
And how did you come to know Augusto?
I'm certified to the ASPCA, and I saw how well he works with the animals, and I was very intrigued by his work. He's an amazing trainer. I've never seen someone be able to work so well with these types, especially this breed of animals, be so friendly.
Right.
And I wanted to help in any way and be around him and learn from him.
Sure. And what do you think? What do you think's going on here today? What's happening? Why is this all coming with people coming over the fence and that sort of thing?
It's a little crazy. My personal opinion is it's mind-boggling actually, because you'd think the town would be intrigued as well as everyone else is online, and all of the trainers and breeders that are very good friends with Augusto and impressed with him as well. That they would want someone like that in their town. It's a tourist area, and I believe it just shows and helps through the MSPCA or ASPCA that animals are, this type of breed can be well trained and well loved, considering we all want to save these animals, and I think he's great to tell people that message.
Right.
And why they're trying to stop him is I don't have the words.
Right.
It doesn't make sense to me. I heard it was like a zoning issue, but I also was aware that they never informed him of this. They jumped his fence with 6 a.m. in the morning, knowing that there's no animal cruelty being done and not being done at all. He walks the streets of Hyannis. The people of the town know and adore him. It just doesn't sound right to me at all to stop a young man from using his skills and love for animals. And one other point I want to make is that the animal shelters are so overcrowded today that they come in, they try to take his dogs away. Who knows with the laws right now that's going on, they're so overwhelmed that what's going to happen to these poor animals that are so well trained and loved and well taken care of when there's so many animals that are harmed and hurt and abused every day.
Right.
So I'm very concerned about that for the little guys.
And you said you got some certification with the...
I'm a certified veterinarian assistant.
Wow, okay, so you've been working with dogs a lot. And,
For some time.
yeah. And what do you think of the care of his animals there?
They're beautiful.
Yeah.
They're a beautiful breed. He does everything the way he should, and they're extremely healthy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm kind of upset with what the town is trying to do, and
Right.
He's actually helping animals, and they're actually exploiting them.
Why do you think the town's behaving like this? What, I mean, because they're saying, like I heard a little bit. I wasn't able to get too much from them so far. I've been trying to reach out to them to get their side of the story, right? They're saying that there's issues regarding certain things, and that's basically, they left it at that. They really said it's an investigation. But what do you think?
My opinion is they seem very controlling in this town. They want everything their way, whether it's right or wrong. Apparently, is what my concern is, and I think it's for money. I think they're not getting. They make it seem like he's making a fortune. He runs a small business and he does well at it, and it's his life. He loves these animals, and I think they want some money out of it. And if they're not getting what they want to get rid of it. And I don't find it right at all. And a lot of people, thousands of people agree.
Okay, Mindy, you just made a great point that I'd like to get on camera here. Why don't you just tell me what you were talking about there?
Well, police officers do work with canines as well to protect them. And in a town that is so riddled with crime at this point, to be wasting taxpayers' money and trying to get money off Augusto, that is working with canines that could sniff out crime and help with the crime. I feel safer knowing Augusto and these dogs walking around the street in this town at this time because the police I don't feel as protected.
There's a lot of people that would say there's like a lot of problems in Barnstable, and some of them being crime and stuff like that. Do you think that they're spending their resources going after Augusto? Is this the most important thing to be doing right now, or?
No, I think it's wasting a lot of time when we could be catching criminals. They're taking away from dogs that can help with crime. So it just boggles my mind why they would want to do that.
Yeah. Would you want to live next door to Augusto?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No problems with that.
Good person to know. Great with animals. He's just a great human being, and he loves these guys. He loves them. It's his family, and it's a shame that they want to make such a hard time for him. And again, these animals protect us if they're trained properly, and that's what Augusto does and shows. And the police, for some reason, are in the animals support that they're against that. Yeah. To protect this town, they should be spending more time doing that.
It's a resource, and in some respects, possibly, and I wouldn't mind living next to Augusto.
And again,
I'd miss him if he left, because I actually enjoy watching him with his dogs.
Me too, and I miss the dogs myself, and walking down the streets with them, I feel very safe. That's the only time I do feel safe in the town of Hyannis is when I'm with Augusto and his dogs.
Okay. Thanks, Mindy.
You're welcome.
All right.
Go, 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 go.
Hey guys.
Wow. That is great.
Go, go, go.
What do you think, Mr. Goat, about this situation? Yeah, you think so, huh? Really? So somebody's accused you of like feeding these to the dogs? Live to the...
Throwing them.
Right. So basically, some people think you might be the next Count Dracula. I'm just kidding. All right. Hey, you guys try to have a good day.